The Rio Grande, a river that has long symbolized division, a natural boundary separating two nations with distinct cultures and histories, is now witnessing a remarkable phenomenon. This river, once a barrier, is now a conduit for a significant movement of people. Mexicans, in a wave of remigration, are returning to their homeland. This reverse migration is not just a trickle, but a substantial flow, marking a new chapter in the history of migration. This is not simply a return to the familiar, it's a conscious choice driven by a complex interplay of factors. Economic opportunities, family ties, and cultural connections all play a role in this decision. These returnees, as they are sometimes called, are reshaping the very fabric of Mexican society. They bring with them new skills, experiences, and perspectives that are influencing local communities. For generations, the narrative has been one of northward migration, of dreams pursued across the border. The United States was seen as a land of opportunity, a place to build a better future. But today, a new narrative is being written, one of homecoming and rebuilding. These returnees are not just coming back, they are actively contributing to the revitalization of their hometowns. This essay delves into the driving forces behind this phenomenon, exploring the challenges, opportunities, and potential long-term implications of this great Mexican remigration. We will hear from those who have made the journey back and learn about their experiences. This is a story not just of individuals, but of families, communities, and indeed two nations forever intertwined. The bonds that connect these people are stronger than any border. It's a story of resilience, adaptation, and the enduring power of cultural identity. As these returnees reintegrate into Mexican society, they bring with them a blend of traditions and innovations, enriching the cultural tapestry of their homeland. To understand this phenomenon, one must look north to the United States, a nation built on immigration, where countless individuals from around the globe have sought refuge and opportunity. The United States has long been seen as a beacon of hope, a place where dreams could be realized and new beginnings forged, yet increasingly grappling with its own internal divisions. The political climate, particularly in recent years, has become increasingly inhospitable for many Mexican immigrants. The rise of anti-immigrant rhetoric, coupled with stricter immigration policies, has created a climate of fear and uncertainty. Families, once hopeful for a brighter future, found themselves living in the shadows, constantly fearing separation. The American dream, for many, began to feel like a broken promise. This climate of hostility, while not the sole factor, has undoubtedly played a significant role in pushing many Mexicans to reconsider their place in the US. The land of opportunity for some began to feel like a land of exclusion. The once welcoming shores now seemed distant and unwelcoming. The promise of prosperity and freedom was overshadowed by the harsh realities of discrimination and prejudice. As the nation struggled with its identity, the very fabric of its society was being tested. The question remained, could the United States reconcile its ideals with its actions, or would the storm continue to gather, pushing more and more people away from the dream they once held so dear? While the political climate in the US may have pushed some away, the burgeoning economy in Mexico is pulling many back. Mexico has undergone a remarkable transformation in recent decades, evolving into a hub for innovation and entrepreneurship. Industries like technology, manufacturing, and tourism are booming, creating a demand for skilled labor. This demand is attracting many Mexicans who seek greater opportunities for career advancement and economic security in their homeland. Salaries are becoming more competitive, and the cost of living, while rising, remains lower than in many parts of the US. This combination of factors is making Mexico an increasingly attractive option for those seeking a better life. Beyond economic considerations, there's a deeper, more primal force at play, the pull of family and cultural heritage. For many Mexicans who emigrated to the US, the dream often included returning home one day to raise their families closer to their roots. The yearning for the familiar rhythms of life, for the comfort of language and tradition, for the embrace of extended family, is a powerful motivator. This longing for connection often intensifies with time spent away. This desire to provide their children with a strong sense of Mexican identity is another driving force behind remigration. Many parents want their children to grow up immersed in the richness of Mexican culture, speaking the language and understanding the traditions. Section 5. Navigating the labyrinth of return. While the decision to return may be driven by powerful forces, the process of reintegration is not without its challenges. Returning migrants often face a period of adjustment as they navigate a society that, in some ways, has changed in their absence. One of the most significant hurdles is finding employment. While the Mexican economy is growing, competition for jobs can be fierce, particularly for those who have been out of the job market for extended periods. Rebuilding social networks and re-establishing themselves within their communities can also be a challenge. The process of reintegration requires patience, resilience, and a willingness to adapt to a changing environment. Section 6. A rising tide of talent, Mexico's brain gain. Despite the challenges, the influx of returning Mexicans is bringing significant benefits to Mexico, creating what many are calling a brain gain. These returnees bring with them valuable skills, experience, and perspectives gained abroad, enriching the Mexican workforce. Entrepreneurs armed with new ideas and approaches are starting businesses, creating jobs, and injecting dynamism into the economy. Highly skilled professionals are filling critical gaps in sectors like healthcare, education, and technology. This infusion of talent is helping to drive innovation, boost productivity, and strengthen Mexico's competitiveness on a global scale. Section 7. The rejuvenation of a nation. The Great Mexican Remigration is not just an economic phenomenon, it's a cultural renaissance. The return of so many Mexicans is breathing new life into traditions, strengthening national identity, and fostering a sense of unity and pride. The influx of returnees is enriching the cultural landscape, bringing new ideas, perspectives, and artistic expressions. This cross-pollination of cultures is creating a vibrant and dynamic society. This renewed sense of cultural identity is fostering a sense of optimism and possibility, particularly among young people. The return of so many of their peers is a testament to the potential of their homeland. Section 8. Echoes across the Rio Grande. The U.S. perspective. The impact of the Great Mexican Remigration is being felt far beyond Mexico's borders, particularly in the United States. This phenomenon is reshaping the socio-economic landscape in ways that are both profound and far-reaching. The loss of such a significant portion of the workforce, particularly in sectors like agriculture and construction, is creating labor shortages. These industries have long relied on the labor and expertise of Mexican workers, and their absence is keenly felt. These shortages are driving up wages and impacting businesses that rely on this labor pool. Small businesses in particular are struggling to adapt to the sudden change, facing increased operational costs and reduced productivity. The long-term economic consequences of this demographic shift are still unfolding, but the impact is undeniable. Economists are closely monitoring the situation, analyzing trends, and predicting potential outcomes for the U.S. economy. Beyond the economic implications, there's a growing recognition of the cultural void left by the departure of so many Mexican families. Mexican culture has enriched American society in countless ways, from cuisine to festivals, and its absence is deeply felt in many communities. Their contributions to the social fabric of American society are deeply interwoven, and their absence is palpable. The sense of community, the shared traditions, and the vibrant cultural expressions that Mexican families brought to the U.S. are now missing, leaving a noticeable gap in the social tapestry. Section 9. A new dawn for Mexico. The Great Mexican Remigration is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the enduring power of cultural identity, and the dynamism of a nation undergoing profound transformation. While challenges remain, the opportunities are vast. This is a story still being written, a story of homecoming, rebuilding, and renewal. As Mexico welcomes back its sons and daughters, it embraces a future filled with promise and possibility. The Rio Grande, once a symbol of separation, is now a bridge connecting two nations in a shared destiny.